All right, CPI data is out, guys, and the stock market is moving. Cheers to that. We're going to break down the CPI in this video and, of course, go over the stock market, stocks I'm looking at, how we're looking this morning. So hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Join the email stock newsletter. It's free. Check out my Patreon for my portfolio updates, blah, blah, blah. All that is down below, guys. And now let's dive into it. So CPI came in better than expected. Let me pull this article up here from CNBC. You guys can see consumer prices rose 2.7% annually. Let me actually pull this up on my end here. In July, less than expected amid tariff worries, right? And if we come down here, you guys can see the CPI increased a seasonally adjusted 0.2% for the month and 2.7% on a 12-month basis, right? And that compared to the respective Dow Jones estimates for 0.2% and 2.8%, right? So, yeah, better than expected, at least on the yearly number, and that's all it takes for stocks to move, which you guys saw the S&P's popping, NASDAQ's popping. We'll cover that more later in the video. But yeah, that's all it takes for us to see a big move, a beat on that headline CPI number, right? And excluding food and energy, core CPI, that increased 0.3% for the month and 3.1% from a year ago. Now listen to this. That's compared to 0.3%, okay, and 3% expected. So core CPI on that annualized number did come in more or hotter rather than expected, which I believe that was estimated or I saw some estimates putting it at 3.1%. Either way, so the overall number beat. That is why the market's popping, but you got to look at the core as well, which came in a little hot, which if we come down here, you guys can see the overall trend. Well, actually, you can't because my big old head's in the way. Let's move this down a little bit, guys. So we can see overall the U.S. CPI has come down. It's come down, and this is why I give credit to Jerome Powell and everybody at the Federal Reserve because they, played a huge part in this. Bringing CPI down from 9%, at least that's what they had it at. We all know it was higher than that. If you look at, what's that website called? Trueflation or something? Either way, we went from 9%. Now we're under 3% on that headline number, which is big, but there is a risk here that with tariffs, right, the trade war, we're going to get a spike in inflation. There's a big risk, but we'll see if that actually materializes. That's why Powell is not cutting rates yet, but we're probably going to get, I think, 2 more cuts by the end of this year. Now, this is the actual release from BLS.gov. So this shows you the 1-month percent change in CPI for all urban consumers, seasonally adjusted July 2024 to July 2025. Another kind of view here on how it's come down over time. You guys see that, right? And this is another kind of look at that, different graph. Excuse me, but I want to show you guys the categories. Excuse me again. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. We can see here the different categories, and I like looking at these to see, okay, what is going on kind of under the hood of the CPI report, because we got the 2.7%, all right, but what categories are contributing to that, more, what's going up, what's going down. So right off the bat, I'm noticing gasoline in July came down a good amount. It was minus 2.2. In July, it was 1% in June, right? So that came down a good amount. That was gasoline, all types. Looks like fuel oil, though, on the flip side, came up. Fuel oil was at 1.8 in July. It was 1.3 in June. Annualized, it's minus 2.9. And by the way, gasoline, all types, annualized is minus 9.5. So let's see, any other big moves? I guess energy as a whole went down minus 1.1 in July. It was 0.9 in June, positive 0.9. Let's see, food. Yeah, food didn't do much. I mean, food overall came down a bit in July. It was 0. In June, it was 0.3. Food at home, minus 0.1 in July. It was 0.3 in June, so that came down. Food away from home also came down a little bit. But other than that, guys, I'm not seeing, I mean, utility gas service came down, minus 0.9 in July. It was 0.5 in June. Other than that, though, I'm not seeing any crazy move or any crazy fluctuations in these categories month over month. I guess used cars and trucks came up. It was minus 0.7 in June. Now it's 0.5, or it was 0.5 in July. But yeah, I mean, I encourage you guys to look deeper into this actual inflation report. I mean, no joke. This is like, I mean, I don't even know how many pages it is. It's insane. And if you look at all these different things, I mean, it goes so in depth. I mean, if you guys look at this, for example, randomly pulled up on this page, it says consumer price indexes for all urban consumers, U.S. city average by detailed expenditure category. And here you have expenditure category. Then you have sports vehicles, including bicycles, sports equipment, toys, games, hobbies, playgrounds, sewing machines, fabric supplies. I mean, look at all this crap you can really dive into, which, I mean, we'd be here all day if we were to do it in this video. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this part of the video, guys. CPI came in better than expected, and that's all it takes for us to get this pop. And the market is about to open in 4 minutes, and you guys can see here the S&P, and we might as well hang around for 4 more minutes. You guys can see the S&P 500 popped initially when we got this CPI data this morning. It popped to 640 from around 635. Now we've cooled off a bit to 638. We're still up, but we have cooled off into open, which honestly could be setting us up for a big move at open. We'll see. I'm kind of curious to see how this goes, because if you guys take a look on this 5-day, 5-minute, we're noticing, okay, we have clear resistance at about we did have clear resistance at 638. We broke out of it. We got to 640. Now we're cooling off. We're right back at 638. Do you guys see what I'm saying here? Essentially, this ascending triangle played out on SPY. It broke out, now it's cooling off. We're retesting that old resistance as support. And it's probably the same thing on Triple Q. Yeah, very similar. You guys see we broke out of that high. Now we're cooling off, looking to see if it acts as support. And if I pull up this 4-hour chart, guys, QQQ just hit an all-time high, 577.24. And did SPY? I don't think SPY did. Or maybe it did. No, it didn't, but we got pretty dang close. About $1. And now we're about $3-4 away from that all-time high. So stocks are moving. Not a crazy amount, but we're moving, and the VIX is coming down. The VIX is down currently, guys, when I'm making this video. We're chilling at about 1530 on the VIX. We saw a spike on the VIX a couple days ago, all the way to 22. That was short-lived, and now we're pretty much right back to the low on the VIX, which we hit a couple days ago. Before that spike, we were at 15 points on the VIX, and this is kind of where the VIX has been. Do you guys know what I mean? And it worries, not worries me completely, but whenever the VIX is in the low teens, I'm like, okay, when is something going to pop off? When are we going to get a pullback, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking, because you guys can see the VIX, man. Each time since December, it's gotten to 14, 50, 15 points. It's seen a spike. Maybe maybe it chilled there for a couple of days before the spike. You can't predict exactly when we're going to get the spike in the VIX, but it's clear that, yeah, I mean, not $15, but 15 points on the VIX is support. You know what I mean? Or that's the low. Yeah, it could get to 12, 13, but that would be even more alarming, in my opinion. And here we are, 5 seconds away from open. Let's see how we open here, guys, and I'll wrap up the video. I don't want to just ramble on too long. There we go. Markets are open. And by the way, guys, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. I appreciate you all. As always, for tuning in. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. So we are green across the board. Russell's up 0.75%, and there we go. We're seeing that spike at open like we called out. Russell's up 0.75%. S&P's up 0.4. Dow's up 0.5. Same with QQQ pretty much. And again, I'm looking to see if SPY holds this 638 point. Big spot. If we start rallying off that level, back to 640, start pushing above that, that would be ideal. And QQQ, going back to that, it's trying to rally. There we go. Green candle's trying to form here, and it's up around 0.5%. Not bad. And in terms of stocks here, guys, we'll do one stock breakdown. I think Circle just reported their earnings. Was it this morning? I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, this morning. Let me double check that. Yeah, it had to have been this morning. And the stock is up now 14%. Circle Internet Group reported earnings per share. They lost 43 cents, but that beat the loss of 46 cents expected. And let's see. Looks like adjusted EPS excludes $434 million stock-based compensation. Let's see here, guys. Sales, $658 million, which destroyed, oh my God, the $540 million estimate. So double beat for Circle Internet Group. They beat EPS. I don't think on an wait, it says here, I guess they did beat, but here it says they missed. I guess they beat. Maybe that's adjusted. That's adjusted rather. Oh yeah, it is. Adjusted excludes the $434 million stock-based compensation. That's right. Okay, so they beat on an adjusted basis, but they missed. They beat sales. So it's all about the sales. I mean, this is a growth company, guys. It's all about the sales. They beat by $100 million. The stock's up 20%, rightfully so. I mean, holy smokes, guys. This thing is moving. And even though it's up 20%, it's actually not breaking out yet, believe it or not. We're still under the 180 SMA, and we're still in this downtrending channel, as you guys can see on this time frame. So Circle Internet Group is approaching a spot where this could be the breakout. I mean, it's already up, like I said, 20%, but this spot where we're approaching could be the big breakout spot. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. I'll wrap it up here. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the email stock newsletter. It's literally free, and the Patreon. If you guys want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio, stocks I'm buying, the whole 9 yards in real time, where we're investing thousands of dollars a month, that's on Patreon right down below. Make sure you guys join if you want. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.